Namaste and welcome. I'm Julie Hill with Yoga Body. I help people eliminate pain and get back into doing the activities and sports that they love. Through yoga therapy, through personal training, and Reiki energy healing, I help them find more efficiency and function in their movement. And today I really wanted to talk to you and focus in on the movement of the head and neck. So lots of opportunity to either gain more range of motion here or release tension, just depending on what's going on with yourself, and really using this practice to become more aware and grow an increased somatic sense of what is going on with your head and neck and where you might be holding tension. So we're going to start out by just keeping in mind that we are dealing with some smaller, more intricate muscles, and I want you to think of being really gentle and soft, slow. So you might find yourself standing if you like, or you can take a seat. Either way works great. I want you to feel your feet connecting into the floor. Allow yourself to feel your arms kind of hanging heavy. Good, and then just maybe close your eyes for 2 breaths here, allowing yourself to kind of separate the day that you've had or the day that you're going to have, and allow your awareness to come more inside of your body, being really present to your breath and to all the sensations that are going on right now. And so we're going to move through some different planes of movement to start, and then kind of mix a few, so you really can get a chance to develop your awareness for some movements that you don't really think about. But I also want you to make sure that you're not pushing yourself into anything as we do this. So let's start to roll the head around, just really slow, extra slow if you have a tendency to move quickly. And for the purposes of what we're doing, just to keep the time down, I'm going to move through each movement twice. So roll your head twice in one direction, and then twice in the other. But if you wanted to do this practice on your own, you could move through this 4, 5, even 6 times, just to kind of get the feel of that movement. And then from there, we're going to start to move the head in the sagittal plane. So we're bringing the chin down towards the chest, gaze comes down. And then we'll lift the head up, chin comes up towards the sky. And I'll turn sideways so you can see what it looks like from the side. Chin comes down, shoulders, arms stay heavy. And then lifting the head up. Be careful that you don't lift your chest out. Good, so that's the sagittal plane. Then we'll be moving the head through the coronal plane, or slanting it over. So take a breath in and let it slant over. Shoulders, arms stay relaxed and long. And then back up. And you might have a desire to twist your head here, to turn it, but we just want to slant it over so it doesn't turn in either direction. We'll do that again, coming over, maybe taking a breath and letting it just melt down this other side of the neck, letting it relax. And then come up and notice when you come over if the ear that you're going towards wants to, or the shoulder that you're coming over towards wants to rise up. Let it stay down. Good. And then coming into the transverse plane, we'll go ahead and rotate or turn the head to the right. Nice easy breath, letting the chest, everything stay soft. And then the left. And then the right. Notice how far you go over. Good. And then the left. And then back to center. And then from here, we're going to move into like a sagittal slide, so to speak. So think of your whole face, chin, nose, and forehead staying the same. We're not going to tilt at all, but we're just going to let it slide forward and then slide back. So we'll bring the face forward and then bring it back. I'll turn sideways so you can see it from the side. Bringing it forward and then back. And be careful when you come forward that you're not letting the chin lift up. We want the whole thing just to come forward. And back, good. And then the other move that we're going to do is a coronal slide. So we're not going to turn the head. We're just going to let it slide over and then back and then over and back. So we'll do that. sliding over and back and over and back, over and back. And then when I come to my left, your right, I really can feel my shoulder want to lift and my head want to turn. So it really wants to come into a compensation for that. But we just want to play in this little tiny range that we have, or maybe for you, you have the ability to let the head slide. But for me, it's a little smaller, so a place for me to continue to grow, but you don't want to push through it. I don't want to have the head turn and come into a compensation. Now we're going to start to combine some of these. So let's go ahead and add a slant over. So we're coming into this frontal plane, and then we're going to add a little bit of rotation. So chin coming down, or turning the head, rotating it down, and then rotating it up, or in this case, be to the left and then back down and up, coming back to neutral and then coming out of that frontal plane or coronal plane, and then other side, and then adding that rotation, chin coming kind of down towards the shoulder, and then up and down and up, nice and easy, back to neutral. Take a breath. If you need to roll your shoulders, go ahead and do that. Then we'll go ahead and add a little bit of rotation. So I'm turning over towards your right, and then we'll add that sagittal. So up and down there. And you can even keep your head turned to the right and start to add that little bit of sagittal slide. So bringing the whole face forward and then the whole face back. And then forward and back. Notice if the chin really wants to come out. Just let the whole thing go forward and back. And then we can do over to the left and then up and down. So bringing in that sagittal, kind of tilting, nodding. And then the slide, forward and back, and forward and back. Good. And then take a breath, maybe roll your shoulders, let everything kind of be at ease. And then from there, we're going to finish off with figure eight. So as we move through this figure eight, start slow and small. We're going to just kind of bring in a lot of these range of motion. So we'll take the chin and allow it to come up to the right, and then down to your left, and then up to the left, and down across to the right, up to the right, and down across. So imagine in your mind that you can see a figure eight being drawn, and kind of the chin leading the way. Just let it go slow so that you can feel all this different ranges of motion. You're turning your head, you're tilting your head, rotating your head. Take a breath here. Now, if you come into this practice and you wanted to bring it in for the next 10 to 14 days regularly, just to bring lots of awareness and to increase your range of motion, great. If you want to keep it once a week or something like that for just a maintenance type thing, awesome. That works as well. If you find that when you're doing this, you're bringing a lot of strain or tension into your neck, or maybe there's just a movement that you don't have at all and you're really curious about it, I highly recommend reaching out to someone like myself who is in yoga therapy or a personal trainer, or if it's pretty intense, please make an appointment with your doctor. But I'd love to answer any questions that you have at all. You can reach me at julie@yogabodylllc.com. Here's to a happier and healthier you.